My man came flat out and said, "You know what it is. They know what it is."
Right. And what I mean, right now, he gonna know what he gonna know what it is when he get that pink slip in that locker tomorrow.
No, Donovan Mitchell. When he get that pink slip.
He's not getting the pink slip, dog.
Yeah, he frustrated, but I understand that because I mean, dude, Utah is not who they wanted to be at the top. They thought Utah gonna be maybe 4th or 5th seed. That's where they saw Utah. They didn't realize Utah. They don't care that this team is actually playing better basketball. They've tried to screw Utah out of countless games, but once the Lakers, when AD got hurt and the Lakers are losing and LeBron can't sustain because he's really a dinosaur and he's a fossil out there. And they're like, well, man, the Lakers are losing. We can't have this. Well, we need everybody else to lose too. We gotta make the Clippers lose. We gotta make the Sixers lose. We gotta bring everybody on top. They gotta come down some. We can't let them get too far ahead of LeBron. So that's what they doing right now, and they messing up the league with this nonsense. The whole league.
Ridiculous. It's ridiculous, dude.
Yeah.
Right. They mad because Utah's playing the best basketball right now. And the thing is, if this is supposed to be a sport, let it be a sport. You know, I'm like, that's the problem right now. They trying to control these narratives and push who they want to the top. Dude, look, we saw the 49ers go up against the Kansas City Chiefs. We saw the Carolina Panthers in the doggone Super Bowl in the NFL. This is how it works. You know, I'm like, this is what happens. You gotta have a mix of new teams, new things. We don't want to see the same lineup all the doggone time. You look at the Super Bowl, everybody be like, Tom Brady go to the bowl all the time. I say, well, Tom Brady might go, but Tom Brady ain't playing the same team.
Because they know how to do it.
Yep, and I'm like, look.
Wrap the scene up. At the end of the day, the NBA wants to be sports entertainment. They don't want to be sports. But they're not entertaining.
Because that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. The entertainment part is gone. Because the thing is, it's not, the referees don't know how to make it aesthetically pleasing. Their imprint on the game is collapsing it. They're collapsing the game. By their interfering, they're dulling it out. So instead of letting all the best play the best, we can't see that. So you're never going to get a chance to see that. Like we saw Denver get screwed out of the whole Western Conference Finals. They were just like, we don't care what you do. We need LeBron to go and win this thing. When Miami got hurt, that was just great for them. They were like, man, now it's going to be harder for Miami to get a game. So now that they end up getting 2 and going 6 games, so they can get some more, revenue out of it. They couldn't dare risk LeBron getting game 7. I mean, they just totally that was just ridiculous. No, you notice they don't replay any of those games.
And Casino, would you agree with?
I couldn't hear you.
They always play the 90s or early 2000s. Right. Casino, would you agree with this? I think that there's 2 battles going on. You got one battle with the real ballers out there, like the Donovan Mitchells that are giving it all they got. And then you got the league heads that basically want to turn this into sports entertainment like wrestling, where everything is predetermined. So you got the real ballers versus what the administration wants is killing the game. Whereas in the NFL, it's all uniform where it's like, you know what, we're going to have parity. A lot of these cities are going to make money. You're going to get some surprise teams that make the playoffs like the Browns last season. But pretty much we're going to make it a step. We're going to enjoy the Super Bowl and you're going to see the best thing.
Okay, well, here's the thing.
My phone shut.
You say your phone is what?
No, I said my phone had outside the connecting channel.
Okay. Yeah, well, here's the thing. And I wanted to be clear on it. The NFL, they play a part, too, in doing their thing of helping move teams that they want to move. Everybody does this. Baseball, the Dodgers and all that. The way they keep pushing the Dodgers, they push the Yankees. They push the teams that they like up there, but you still have an opportunity to win. See, that's the thing. Yeah, you got it. This deck is stacked against you, but you still have a chance. Here, it's a lot different because they don't know how to make it pleasing for the rest of the people. Like, you can still enjoy the football game. It might be a bad call here or there, but you can still enjoy the game. And the other team can still upset somebody because the other team could end up throwing an interception. They could fumble the ball. Anything could happen there. Here, they don't care what it looks like or how badly the officiating is. And it's not really the officials that's bad. The officials like, look, I'm told not to call this. I'm told to let LeBron James push off. I'm told to let him do this or let him be a star. You know, one ref was like looking at LeBron to make a decision. Like, what's going on? LeBron like, look, that's a foul. Throw him out.
Yeah, I think that.
Right. You know, and then the guy calling the foul. Like last year when he gonna call out and one. That's an and one. And he's laying it up off the glass and took 2 steps after a foul. That never existed before.
Yep, I know exactly what you're talking about.
Yeah, the man was fouled at the top of the key. They called the foul. He takes 2 steps, glide in for a layup. And I said, we could take 2 steps now after the foul? Where does this happen at?
Right.
When did they change that rule?
Right. When did that start?
Carries is allowed.
The best games never be LeBron games. It's always like Clippers and Nets was probably the best game of the year.
I say LeBron game is not a step.
I like James Harden when he does that step back. You allow him to take a 3rd step. Since when is you allowed to take a 3rd step on a step back?
Yeah, I mean, hey, they gotta let.
Drag your foot and drag your foot.
And that's why Luka do it, because they do it in the Euro League. I mean, they go 1, they dribble 1 and jump back and take 2 step back. 1 step forward, 2 steps back, and that's a legal move. So I said, okay, well.
Yep.
Ginobili brought over the Euro step, that whole step one side, step to the other side. They brought that into the league, even though they can't teach that in any basketball camp I've ever seen. But they was like, that don't make no sense.
When LeBron James got Paul Pierce injected?
You said what?
Huh? Somebody said, y'all remember when LeBron James got Paul Pierce injected?
Yeah, when he got Paul Pierce ejected. I remember that. I remember when they threw out Antonio McDyess for the Detroit game. That game when LeBron scored that 40-something points and went off that game. Everybody loved to throw that game. That was his first big playoff performance where he came out and they went to the finals that year. I like because they threw Antonio McDyess out the game. Nobody remembers that. McDyess was shutting him down. They throw him out, then he goes off.
I forgot about Antonio McDyess.
Yeah, he was on Detroit, and they threw him out the game, and then that happened. And I'm like, they ruined C. Webb's chance to get a ring. So I was mad about that.
Well, they ain't that dude because they did him when he was just Sacramento.
Adam Silver is Jeff Bezos' brother.
And it's we bring games too.
Yeah, see, here's the thing, man. The Lakers now we all know it's no surprise to the NBA. Like you had the Golden State Warriors and the Cleveland Cavaliers play each other 5 straight years in a row. From the very first year Adam Silver came into the league, he played LeBron in the NBA Finals against the Golden State Warriors 5 straight years. And they rolled to the bank on that, but they were losing in the playoffs. The playoffs were the worst games ever, the most 20-point blowout games in the history of the game. They could not officiate this because it's hard for them to put an imprint on the game without disturbing it. You know, the referee's job is to, because let's, like, if they say there's no refs out here, This whole game is a free-for-all. Just a bunch of 5-on-5 up and down basketball on the court. And it's boring to watch. And there's so many people grabbing, fouling, and pushing. There'd be stoppages of play for fights and all that. It's just too much. And that's what the referees are there, to keep the flow of the game moving. And now it's like the refs will tell you before the game, the refs will tell you what they calling, what they're looking for. Or they'll say, hey, they playing it tight. Like they calling at this game, and they give you a couple of warnings. Hey, watch your hands. So before the games, what they don't show you guys is the players would go up to the referees and be like, okay, so what you really calling today? What you really, like if they normally have a good rapport with the ref, they normally ask the refs, and the refs will say, hey, just don't body him up, man. They give you some warnings. And the refs be, hey, don't body him. Watch your hands, the refs. And because especially the younger players, they try to go up and be like, okay, or they can see the refs ain't talking to them that night. The refs must already have a problem. So really, they come over and they calling it early, and they ain't giving no warnings. They're not talking. You just like, okay, the refs on something. You got to know, like, okay, they're not gonna let me do that. So certain players, they want a player to get off. So they be like, I ain't been in the line yet. They gonna drive the lane and just go, ah! And throw their hands up. They know to do that, so they can just get to the line. The refs can't put you on the line if you don't do nothing for them to put you there. They like, look, you gotta go. I remember one time the ref told the player, go to the hole. You're shooting threes. I can't put you on the free throw line. I want to put you on the free throw line, but if you're shooting a wide open three and you missing, I can't say foul. Drive to the hole so I can say foul and put you on the line. The ref almost damn near had to tell the guy that. You said
Unless you Steph Curry.
You said they did that to Steph Curry?
I said unless you Steph Curry.
You said unless you Steph. Yeah, Steph don't get no respect. Curry. That's like he get no respect, really. But they give him that in like the early of the game, they'll give him a 3-point play or something like that, because Steph built this new 3-point era. This was built around Steph. Everybody, all the guards started changing their game. Dame changed his game to be like Steph. All these guys like, oh, this is what's hot now. I got to start shooting 30-footers, 40-footers. You got Trae Young coming in doing Steph, doing what Steph was doing early in his career. Right, you got Dame had changed his game. Most of these guards now are shooting 40-foot jump shots. Steph changed his league to just a shooting league, and everybody's trying to shoot. Clay and Steph, Splash Brothers. They brought the money to the table. They just needed LeBron's name. So when they matched up with LeBron, that was like primetime TV. Steph and them had the kids. All the kids was wearing Steph Curry jerseys. Nobody was wearing LeBron jerseys. Only older people was buying LeBron. Steph had the kids, all the young people. They seeing the highlights and all this stuff on the internet.
Hey, hold on. So there's a slight lag on your part right now. So I'm seeing it right now. They see it, and the feedback is not good on your part.
All right.
I don't know if anybody else knows.
Yeah, I know.
All right, I'm gonna dip out. All right, I'm gonna dip out and let y'all go ahead and hold it down, and I'm gonna reset myself. And to be fair to everybody in the world, I want them to know, straight up, Donovan Mitchell is tired. You know what I'm saying? They tired. It's all this unnecessary politics of the game that got people sick, man. They sick and they tired of it. I mean, for real. You don't want to go through this again, do you? Why would you want to go through it? You busting your butt to be the very best you could be, yet they're making it look as if you're failing them. Like you're failing the team. You're failing people. It's insulting. I would. Utah's been eliminated in the first 2 rounds for the last 2 years. First round elimination. You know, that's kind of frustrating. I think they made it to no, they made it to the second round. That was the closest they got because I remember they beat Portland. I think they upset Portland and went to the second round and then lost. And in the year last year in the bubble, they lost after being up big in the series, only to lose it. So they got a chip on their shoulder, and to me, it's quite obvious what the problem is and where everybody should be going and all of that. It's clear to me. But what I don't get is I understand the referees and I understand the NBA's got to make money. See me, I see the business side of it more than most people in the world. I see the business side of it. I see what they're trying to propose. And what they're trying to propose is the fact that we got to do what's best for the league. They've lost a lot of money. They need their heavy hitters, which means their big rating draws. They need them to win. They need them to be successful. They got to shine. Because if they don't shine, the team won't shine. I mean, the league won't shine. I said the team. The league won't shine. And Adam Silver Slipper, at the end of the day, that's all he's interested in. He wants to shine. So, it's tired, man. I'm tired of the, just the corruption of the league. It's just takes your energy. And this is a young guy, Donovan Mitchell. He's tired. He's gonna get fined. He's willing to take the fine. He's cool with it. But I'm glad he said something. They got superstars over there. He's a superstar. He should be respected. This isn't correct. He felt like they stole a game from him and gave it to Philadelphia, and he want them to lose so that they don't get too far away from the Lakers to where the Lakers won't have a shot to get back at them. And it's just happening too frequent with Utah. So, the frustration is setting in because they weren't chosen to be up here. They was chosen to be the stepping stone for whatever agenda the league has. Now that that's over, see where they are. See where everybody's at. So I totally get what he's saying, and I'm very proud that finally somebody else is saying what I've been saying all this time. I'm just glad that he had the courage to say it. We know what it is already. We know what's going on already. So on that note, I want to say thank you. Hit that like button, subscribe to the page. My Cash App is Carcino, and on the Carcino for Life Patreon today, we showed you the facts that Rotimi and Jay-Z are related. Yep, I'm out.